Hi guys. How you doing? You guys had an appointment? Anna's a cute kid. What's up, little man? What's his name? Henry. And you guys got matching shoes? Yes, that's awesome. Can we get a picture of you guys before you leave? Yeah. You got an appointment with Sloan. You want a beer or water? Yeah. Sure.
My name is Giacomo Vernice. Everybody calls me G here at the Blacktree Barberia. And I was born in Buffalo, New York, but I grew up here in San Diego.
My name is Charlie Blacktree, and I'm born and raised in San Diego. I went to college and dropped out, and then I chased a music career, and then got tired of chasing that, and then somewhere in between legal marijuana and growing up, I decided I wanted to try my hand at owning a barbershop. Starting a business was not something I imagined doing until I imagined doing it, kind of thing, you know? And it took some tough times to be like, I think I need to change whatever's going on. And this is what I came up with, and I'm kind of happy with the decision I made, so.
Is this sticking up? Is this no, I'm just kidding.
Actually, I think
Should I pull it up more? Hello? Hello? No, I know, I'm just playing. I'm Sloan. Yeah, I moved out here like 13 years ago. I made a solid mess of my life for 15 years. I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic. Ironically enough, when I got sober about 2.5 years ago, I was living at a sober living down on the corner right here, like literally half a block from the shop. And I happened to be in barber school at the time and was looking for a barber shop to work at. And strangely enough, I had a very particular type of shop that I wanted to work in. And as I was walking by, I looked in the window, and it was the exact type of shop that I wanted to work in. So I made sure I caught the owner one day and basically told him, I need to work in a barbershop. And he said, well, we need barbers to work in our barbershop. And that's pretty much how that went down.
The first day we opened, I had one outfit. Like, I wanted everybody to dress nice, and I had like one outfit, and I bought it at a thrift store. And I think I'd spent like the last money on like some overpriced champagne to pop for like a party we did. And I had one barber, and like we were just praying, like, oh, like I hope somebody else walks in and wants a haircut or to work here, you know. And like it just kept slowly, in like 3 months, we looked like a real barbershop. And 3 months before that, it was like a sketch on paper, like.
We're like the black sheeps of the black trees, so that's basically what that, what that comes from. And the reason why is basically it's like the guys that work here, it's giving us a second chance, because of where we came from and who we are today.
Blacktree was a music group at first. Well, I mean, that's what we use the name for, but then it's always meant kind of like a family tree to an essence, but it's more like something you would pick up in other ways, in ulterior ways, like street friends or like high school friends and fam that become closer than they started, kind of like a network of black sheep, which is what Giacomo was kind of referring to when he said that, it's like a bunch of misfits, like a misfit social club. That's what Blacktree kind of is.
I really wasn't a barber before I came here. I was a stylist, I still had the traits for it. But I actually went to prison and learned how to become a barber.
Being a multiple convicted violent felon with strikes on my record, there's not a lot of career paths to go down. So being in recovery, I sponsor guys, and one of the things I have them do, which I actually did before I became a barber, which is called a job inventory. And I basically wrote down a list of all the things I want out of a career. And then I wrote down all the careers I would be willing to do or wanted to do that I thought were cool. And I found which ones match up. And then those were things that I would choose from. And, obviously one of those things was, making sure that background checks weren't an issue. And I actually wanted to be myself. I wanted to be covered in tattoos and be able to like dress how I want and do, you know what I mean?
And so, yeah, so when I went in there, I really didn't know, being a stylist, they teach you how to cut women's hair and style men's hair, professional like that. Didn't know how to do no fades or nothing. So when I went in there, they asked me, so what do you do, for a living? And I was like, fuck, I don't know. I'm a stylist. I do hair. And they're like, what? So So I didn't know how to cut men's hair. And so they gave me a razor blade and a comb and told me to go ahead and give them skin fades. It took me a while, but you know, all the time in there, I got real good at it.
But anyways, yeah, so basically I found a crew of dudes who were awesome. They basically had careers, they had cars, they had driver's licenses, they had insurance on their cars, they had apartments they lived in, they had all, you know, and that was all the outside stuff. But not only that, that was all I could see at the time. But ultimately, the most important thing they had was they were also happy. They were laughing. They were having a good time, and a newly sober dude was not having a good time. You know what I mean? I had all these life problems. I had a mess of all kinds of stuff that I had made in my life, and I had no idea how to take care of those things. And I asked these guys for help, and then basically what's interesting, though, is those guys actually became way cooler and better than my old friends. And ultimately, this is another half of that too, where the guys in this shop are really supportive and helpful for me as well.
Yeah, who you know is who you are, right? Like who your friends are ends up, they're like, what are they? They're like ambassadors for who you end up being. Like even if you don't want it to be that way, if you hang out with good people, good things happen, and if, you know, vice versa, obviously. We've all kind of experienced that firsthand, unfortunately, but it's like second chances. Like everybody gets second chances, but you got to be ready when one comes, right? Or like when the right one comes, you got to be open to it. And like people give you 1,000 chances, like the one you take ends up being the second one, you know. Dude, I think for a long time, people who have no like shady past are super attracted to a shady past, you know, like they're intrigued by like gangster movies and rap and like all this stuff that talks about something that they might have not done, right? And like no color involved, just like different lifestyles, right? And then when you do have it, you go the other way and like I just wanted to eat stovetop and chill and, you know, and have normal dreams and get a lot of Christmas presents and like whatever. Like we go both ways. The only thing that you could do is use it, right? Like, and be true to who you are and just use it and acknowledge that what's real and what isn't. And I don't know, just don't bullshit yourself and then you'll be okay, you know, like in everything. So when I don't tell people they're like, oh no, I did great in school, because it's not true. And like, I don't tell people like, oh no, I never did anything I shouldn't have, because that's definitely not true. And then you're scared to say it, but then once the conversation comes out, you find people that did all the right things are like tell me more about it, you know, or like, I want to work with you because you're real, you went through stuff, and you're like we all are real. You just got to be honest with it, you know. You just got to be like, yeah, don't make it up. As a musician, I feel like I wanted more to talk about. And then like I grew up and lived it and realized that you just needed time and then you could talk about it, you know. Like I had a lot of dreams. I feel like I accomplished them, but they morphed.
Before I was into barbering, I was an artist. Like that's always been my thing my whole life. I draw, I paint, I make music, I play guitar.
I wanted to be a rap star. I ended up becoming a rapper and getting paid for it. And then my CD was right next to Lil Wayne in the warehouse, which doesn't even exist anymore. But like when I went to the warehouse, I was like 25, and my CD was right next to Lil Wayne because my name was Los. So it was just like alphabetically right next to it, right? And I remember going in with a couple girls and like them seeing it and us all like losing our shit. Like, what? I'm a fucking rap star, you know, like. And I never really became a rap star, obviously, otherwise we'd be having a different interview, right? But that little moment, like, quenched that dream years later looking back at it, you know? Like looking back at it like, I'm older now. I always wanted to be a rap star. Well, like I kind of was. Like for a second, I felt it, you know? And like I wanted to own a business, or like, well, I do, you know? Like I wanted to write a book. Like I probably will. Like I'm halfway there. You can just write a little bit every day, and it's like, and then when you look back at it, you start writing it off the bucket list, and you're like, shit, I kind of did that. And like you get enough of those, they kind of stack up, and it starts getting easier. Like the dreams gets closer to what you get more realistic, and the dreams get easier to make happen, you know?
For me, as a barber at Blacktree, Blacktree is more of a lifestyle than anything else. You know, being a barber is a lifestyle. Being you know, like everything I do every day revolves around, you know, hair and like and people that do hair, and you know what I mean, and also, but you know, I mean, at the same time, I feel like barbers are an ambassador for style for men. So not only do we make your hair look good, but we make your facial hair look good. We also, you know, dress good too. So we, you know, we embody style. You know what I mean? We everything that we do, I think, in my opinion, or at least I can speak for me, is it's an entire lifestyle. It's a whole thing. You know what I mean? I think being a barber encompasses everything in my life. You know, my sobriety and being a barber is pretty much all I'm about right now.
Assume you're gonna get rich, but you're like, what's just enough? Like, what do I need to be happy? You know? And it changes all the time. Like, it goes through stages. I thought I needed a lot when I was younger to be happy, and I wanted the fastest way to get it, you know? And now I need less, and that kind of like met me somewhere in the middle where like I have some and I need less, and it's kind of peaceful, you know?